What is up, guys? It's Lanky Duelist, and today I'm coming at you with my Odd Eyes Pendulum deck profile. So yes, this is by far one of my favorite decks in the whole of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's currently number 3, just behind DD's and Red Dragon Archfiends, because firstly, we have to get it out of the way. Odd Eyes is a dragon, and I love my dragons quite a lot. And also as well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 is by far one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Series of all time, and I really like the decks that both, Reggie and Yu-Gi-Oh! use. I absolutely love them, so that's why, I play DD's and Odd Eyes themselves, because again, they just stood out for me, and I really like the fact that both decks can, XZ, Fusion, Synchro, Link, Pendulum. They could do basically everything in Yu-Gi-Oh! And again, that's what I love in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck, being able to, use different mechanics and like play around with those mechanics is, always a unique selling point, and it's always one reason why, I have to buy a deck if it could do that. But anyways, enough of me talking about Odd Eyes. Let's crack on with this deck profile as a whole. So yeah, let's start off with the main card, and that is 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons. Now, normally people don't play him at 3, but I like to play him at 3 because, like, he's not really a brick for me, and sometimes, I actually do need 3 copies, or maybe at least 2 copies of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon in order to get my combos going. And also, you do play Desires in this deck, spoilers, so if you do banish, 1 copy, at least you have, like, 2 other copies to, back you up with your combos. But yeah, if I wasn't playing Desires, I would definitely cut him down to 2, but since I'm playing the Desires, I have to max out on him, because I do need at least, again, those 2 copies of Odd Eyes. I can't afford to have 1 banished off the Desires itself, so yeah. So I play 3 Odd Eyes. And then, for the Magician side of things, we play 3 Harmonizing. Harmonizing is by far the best Magician in this deck. If anything, it's pretty much the sub for Joker, in a sense, because since we lost Joker, we need, something to get our power plays going, and Harmonizing pretty much gets our power plays going as a whole. And also, when she's Pendulum Summon, you can basically summon a Pendulum from your, I think it was just mainly deck, or did you say extra? But I definitely know for now, when she's Pendulum Summon, you can summon one from the deck. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. And then, one of the OG Magicians, we play 3 Wisdom Eye. Yeah, this is an awesome card. Back in the day, like, having both in hand and then just, like, start looping with the Oath Dragon itself is absolutely amazing. So, yeah. And speaking of Oath Dragon, we play 3 Oath Dragon because you want to see this card in your hand as soon as possible so that you can combo it off with the Wisdom Eye itself. And plus, Oath Dragon pretty much recycles all your pendulums from the extra deck to your hand, which is really important. And also, again, same reason as Odd Eyes, I play Desires, and I at least need 2 Oath Dragon. I don't want to, like, play 2 Oath Dragon, then banish 1 off the Desires. You do definitely need 2 in this deck, so that's why I have to max out on all 3 copies himself. Okay, brilliant. Then we play 2 Dragon Pit. Dragon Pit is pretty much your MST of the deck, and also he's your scale 8, so he's your high scale for this deck, so you can get all your Pendulum monsters on the field. And this is the reason why you don't need to play stuff like MST or Twin Twister, because Dragon Pit pretty much will deal with the problem for you. Then we play 1 Zhangxi. I used to play him at multiples, but I feel like I only need 1, and plus deck space is a bit of a problem, so hence why I play the 1. And also, he's summonable off Harmonizing, so you don't really need to max out on 3 copies of him when you could just summon it off the Harmonizing Magician. So, yep, absolutely brilliant. And then we play 2 Noble Dragon Magician. I definitely, again, same reason as like Oath and Wisdom. Like, I don't want to banish it off the Desires. However, 3's a bit bricky. 2 is perfectly fine. At least, if you do activate your Desires, you have another one in your deck in case you banish one of them. And plus, her effect is, if you have an Odd Eyes on the field, you can basically special summon her from the graveyard or your hand, and then reduce that Odd Eyes level by, her level. So, yeah. Pretty much, she just helps you go into your Meteors or any other, level 7 Synchros that you play in the deck. And then we play 1, Purple Poison Magician. Now, again, this is mainly for if you brick with this deck. Because what you could do is, you could basically summon this off the Harmonizing Magician. And then if you have the trap, basically, set the trap. And then activate the trap to basically pop this. And then the trap will also pop, a card in your opponent's field. And then Purple Poison Magician will then pop another card on the field. So that's why, you just play the 1 copy in the deck. Now, we play 3 Dragon Pulse Magician, and the reason why I play 3 Dragon Pulse Magician is because I do play 3 Rescue Rabbit. Yes, so I know I'm using a proxy for this, but I don't know where my 3rd Rescue Rabbit has disappeared off to, and yeah, I looked, nose to tail around my room, and I could not find my 3rd copy, but I definitely know I've got a 3rd copy. If I can't find it, then I'll have to order another one from the post. But Rescue Rabbit is absolutely brilliant for this deck, because pretty much you just banish him, get these 2 Dragon Pulses out, so then you can like get a link on the field straight away. So it's pretty much a 1 card, going to a link to type of monster. So yeah, that's why I play these guys in the deck. Okay, right, onto the hand traps. We play 2 Ash Blossom. Yep, you don't want your opponent like doing any searching or like summoning, special summoning to the field. So again, you need the Ash Blossoms to stop that. And also same with Effect Veiler, you need to stop your opponent from like activating anything. So Veiler again just comes in real good handy for any situations. And then for the spells, we play 2 Duelist Alliance. 3 is a bit too much because you can only activate this card once per turn. So that's why I play 2 copies. But pretty much searches all your Pendulum cards in your deck. So yeah, and also it searches off your I might as well get to it now. It also technically searches this card off because it has Pendulum in the name, which is, again, I find absolutely broken. And pretty much also might as well get the trap in here as well. It also searches off your trap, which is absolutely amazing. The fact that Duelist Alliance could search these 2 cards is absolutely, phenomenal. And it kind of subs out for losing Double Iris, because Double Iris pretty much searched these 2 cards as a whole. But Duelist Alliance can, again, just do the same thing. So, yeah. Alright, brilliant. Next, we play 2 Double Iris. Not Double Iris, I mean Sky Iris. Sorry about that. So yeah, pretty much this is your Odd Eye Searcher, and also you want to get Odd Eye Fusion to your hand as quick as possible, so that's why you pretty much play the Sky Iris in this deck. And then speaking of Odd Eye Fusion, yep, 2 Odd Eye Fusion. Yep, this pretty much allows you to get your Vortex out. This allows you to get any other fusions out onto the field. Doesn't matter which one you want to get, but yeah. Definitely, again, 2 Odd Eyes. And also, I would technically play 1, but since I played the Desires, I have to kind of have to, just in case, I banish the only 1 copy of Odd Eye Fusion, because Odd Eye Fusion is, again, so essential to this deck. And speaking of Pot Desires, here is my 2 Pot Desires. So yeah, I like the +1, and this deck kind of needs that +1, so yeah. You have to play Pot Desires, of course. And then for the final spells, we play 2 Allure of Darkness. Again, just draw more cards, and then just, like, banish a Dark. And we do play quite a few Darks in this deck, so that's why you play it at 2. Don't play it at 3, because, 3 will be probably the most worst thing that you could possibly do. But since you only play a few Darks in here, that's why you play 2 Allures in the deck. Right, onto the extra deck, we play, of course, the 2 Vortexes. This is pretty much the MVP of the deck. This thing can bounce a card, and then also it can negate an effect, which, again, I find so amazing. If anything, this is probably my favorite Odd Eyes Dragon out of all of them, just for the fact that you can actually just do that with this card is just, absolutely, again, so amazing. And plus, the great old school combo, I might as well just get him out here as well. Absolute Dragon is, like, if your Absolute dies, you basically summon him from the deck and then just bounce a card, and if your opponent tries to activate anything, you just negate it with Odd Eyes Vortex. But might as well just bring in Absolute Dragon. So yeah, Absolute Dragon is absolutely amazing. This pretty much is your Utopia for the deck, and then if he's sent to the graveyard in any means, you basically summon Vortex from the extra deck. And also, if you link him away, you basically get the summon of Odd Eyes Vortex, which, again, I find so broken, in my opinion. I'm surprised Konami would actually agree to a ruling like that as well. Right, Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, again, another phenomenal card. This allows you to get into your Absolute or any other rank 7s that you play in the deck itself. And then the good old school Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Like, I still like the old school days of when you summon the Absolute, you crash it into a Dark Destroyer, summon him out, and then you basically attack Odd Eyes Rebellion into the Dark Destroyer, and then put him into your scale, and then you can basically put another card into scale, and then you can, like, pretty much Pendulum summon after that as well. And also, it's my ultimate rare, and I just realized now, actually, looking at this card, it's actually been misprinted as well, because the stars are, further away from, like, the edge itself. So I actually did not know that at all. So I pretty much, yeah, got a nice, good misprint card. And plus, it looks so gorgeous in ultimate rare. If anything, it's one of my favorite cards in the whole of Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself. Right, on to Synchros, we play 1 Clear Wing, 1... what's his name again? Ignista, that's the name. And then also Cyframe, Lord Omega. These guys are pretty much your, like, level 8s and level 7s that you want to go into. Omega and Ignista easily could go into with Harmonizing. But most of the time, if you're going into a level 8, you go into Lord Omega. So then you could just, like, rip a card out of your opponent's hand. And then Clear Wing, it's just pretty much another negate on the field for you. Right, onto some XZs. We play the 1 Draco Sack. This allows you to pretty much go into your... what was it again? Sorry about that. Yeah, that's it. Saryuja a bit more quickly, because the token, you get 2 tokens, and then you can just link the tokens and Draco Sack away to summon the Saryuja from the extra deck itself. So yeah, play one of him. Next we play for the rank 4s, we play Time Star Magician, Baguska, and the Abyss Dweller. These are pretty much your rank 4s to go into. Baguska mainly is in case you brick really badly, because then you could just, like, you know, summon Baguska, sit on the Baguska until you get to your combos. Abyss Dweller, so many things activate in the graveyard, so you need the Abyss Dweller. And then Time Star pretty much just searches all your magicians in your deck, which is absolutely amazing. Now, going on to links, we have the, I really can't pronounce his name, but you know who he is. Deco Talker, this is for the Absolute. So basically you have him on the field, and then you have the Absolute, then you link them both away to summon out the Deco Talker. So then, you know, you can summon the Vortex out, and then plus Deco Talker is a negate as well, so which is absolutely amazing. And then Saryuja, you can pretty much get him out. It is possible, and that's why, you know, I play the Dragosack, because Dragosack allows you to get into Saryuja a bit more quickly as a whole. So yes, that is my Odd Eyes deck profile. Again, let me know down in the comment section what you thought about this deck itself. Again, you know, I really wish, you know, Konami would bring back Iris, Joker, and then Astrograph, so then we can play, you know, Odd Eyes at full power, because I'll admit, I did prefer that version over this version, but this version is still fun to play, there's no doubting it at all. But again, I just preferred the, you know, the Zark version of Odd Eyes, because it was so much fun to play, and it was just so consistent as well, and it just, again, just did all the things you want in Yu-Gi-Oh! But a bit more quickly, in my opinion. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel, like the video itself, and again, leave your comments down in the comment section of what you thought about my Odd Eyes deck, or maybe other, you know, cards I can add to the deck to make it a bit better than it already is itself. And also, have a great day, guys, and make sure to stay safe, especially during these dark times. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.